What's up, y'all? I am Chris Hayes 508, and today we got a very special guest. Please introduce yourself, tell us your name, where you're from, and what you got going on.
Hey, what's good, everybody? What's good with y'all, man? What's up, Chris? Hey, my name is Jimmy Season. I come from Muskogee, Oklahoma, and a little bit I got going on, man. Gonna be talking about my single that I have out now. It's called "Don't Lose Me." I also have a small EP, three-track EP by the name of Circa. That's available and everything and stuff too. And we also gonna be, and I'm also working on a new project and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later on and stuff. So surprise.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to the new project. Had a chance to check out the Circuit EP, man, and that Barry Bonds track was going crazy. All the tracks on there were dope, man. So I like your flow, it's your tone, your creativity, everything you got going on, and I want to find out more about your music, find out more about you, your journey, and a whole lot more. But before we get started, I want to officially welcome you to On the Spot. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, man. Hey, appreciate you, man. I'm privileged, man. Appreciate you.
Definitely. Likewise. Likewise. And it's good to have you on the show. And the first thing that I always like to start off with is your artist name. So tell the people again, what is your official artist name? Who gave it to you? Why did you choose it? Tell us a story about your name.
Yeah, man. So, my official stage name is Jimmy Season. I am also formerly known as Jimmy Ray. My first stage name stemmed from like the Jimmy part. It stemmed from one of my late uncles, God rest his soul. His name was Jimmy. And then the second part of the Ray part came from one of my favorite professional wrestlers by the name of Rey Mysterio. So I kind of
Ooh.
combined that. And then up until last year, I decided to rebrand myself. I was like, well, let me switch it to Jimmy Season. And so I kept the Jimmy part, and then the season is pretty much synonymous to actually the four seasons and everything. So just trying to make that correlate and make more sense, you know.
Synonymous to the Four Seasons, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yeah, man.
Okay, Jimmy Season. That's very interesting, very creative. Both
Mm.
names, and you definitely. I was going through your page, and I see you on the stage perform, and I see you in the studio. I see how music has been such a big part of your life, and a
Yes,
big
sir.
passion of yours. And I want to find out more about the journey that you've been on. So tell the people, tell me, how did you actually get started in music? Why did you get started? And like, what's been your motivation to keep going?
Man, so to make a long story short, so pretty much how music started for me, man. So truth be told, I played drums. I grew up playing the drums in my church. And luckily for me, I'm fortunate to, have a God-given talent to play the drums. Nobody taught me how to play. I
Um,
always watched people and I would try my own tricks and stuff right as I got older and everything. And so that's where like music first started and everything. And then actually writing music and stuff. I'm a fan of poetry. I like poetry. I like haikus. I used to write them all down and come up with my own things and stuff. And then I thought about it one day. I was like, you know what? Maybe if I put it in a song format, it'll correlate different stuff. And so then it just shot up from there, man. And been writing songs and recording songs ever since 2016. And I always try to get better as time progressed. Try to be authentic and vulnerable in my music and stuff as well. Um, and one thing that kind of keeps me going, man, is I'm stuck in it, man. I love it so much at this point. Like just the writing and the creativity of it all and stuff. And and regardless if I'm talking about the happy moments or the sad moments or the party moments, like I talk about a little bit of everything and stuff. But at the same time, like I still want to be authentic and still be truthful and vulnerable at the same time. So just having that drive and just the determination to get better with every song that I write, because I don't need no ghostwriters. You feel me? I never wanted to go that route, but that's just me. I can only speak for myself, right? So that's yeah, that's pretty much what keeps me going, bro.
Wow. Okay. So you've definitely been on a journey coming from a background of drumming, which I'm an air drummer. You know what I'm saying? I love air drumming at least. and
Yeah.
just staying creative. And I could tell just with your music that I've heard from you, just the writing's very creative, great writing, just great wordplay, and coming up on the haikus and the poetry and all that. Man, you definitely
Yes,
haven't
sir.
needed a ghost writer. You've learned a lot along the way. So I want to ask you a question. What would be one piece of advice you would give an upcoming artist, maybe about music or the business, something you've learned along the way, or some motivation?
Oh man, so many things. But if I had to give one, I would just say no matter what you're doing outside of whatever, like matter of fact, I would just say stay in the studio. Stay in the studio. If you really want to get better, if you really want to take the time, do whatever you can to get in the studio. If you can't get in the studio, you know, record yourself on voice memos on your phone or whatever. Do what you have to do to really take the time to get better at your craft and everything because nobody's going to do it for you. And even on the business side, I'll give too. Even on the business side, man, like I would definitely say if you're gonna put out a legit solid project, I say copyright your stuff, copyright every song, copyright everything. That's what I would say.
See, I like you did too. Maybe I should ask in the future. Give one about music, one about the business. Maybe we need to get two, man. I like that.
Yeah, two of them, man. Yeah, just off the top.
He gave us two, and he's got a lot of wisdom, a lot of game, a lot of passion, experience in music. So we had to ask, but there's a lot more to an artist than just doing music. So I want to find out a little bit more about you outside of the music. Tell us a little bit more about you. Like, what do you do for fun? What are your interests? Do you have any fun facts or just random things about you want people to know? Anything on your bucket list? Anything you want to say?
Oh yeah, man. Okay, yeah. As far as like hobbies, man, like okay. One thing about me, man, like I like to play chess.
Ooh,
I like to play chess, man.
I was just
And
playing chess like a half hour ago.
oh, okay, all right. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm gonna have to play you one day, man. But
Yeah, we'll
anyway,
talk. We'll talk after.
we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But I like to play chess. I like to play basketball. I like to watch anime. I'm a big anime head. You know what I'm saying? I like to spend time with my family. I like to. I like to spend money as much as save money too. And I'd say one random fact about me, man. Like I like tacos. Yeah, I like tacos. Street tacos to be exact. I like tacos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just came up with a random fact. What was the first job you ever had?
Ooh, the first
I'm
job I ever
gonna
had.
start asking that question. This is off script.
Man, okay, I can tell you. I can tell you. First job I ever had, bro. All right. So the name of the place it's actually called Castle of Muskogee. It's here in my hometown. And pretty much what they do, like they sell fireworks, but they also do like the Renaissance festivals and everything. So
Ooh,
they're like
okay.
real big on that. And then on top of that, they do like stuff like around Halloween time and all that stuff, the haunted houses and all, excuse me, and all that stuff. And but like so my first job ever was like working during the summer at the castle
Wow,
and selling fireworks and stuff like that and stuff. So like that
that's
was
pretty
pretty cool.
cool.
Like I had friends that, worked with me and stuff too, and we was always clowning too, but we was getting our work done as well. So, it was a cool experience. It was. I met a lot of people there and stuff too. So
Yeah, to bring you back for a second, man. That could be a good
yeah.
question or a bad question, man. But I've been to one of those Renaissance fairs one time. I was
Yeah.
I thought I was in there in a whole different world, man. Those
Hey
things
man, they
are,
take that serious respectfully, bro.
yeah. So
Respectfully.
we're
Yes.
learning a little bit even extra. That was an extra credit question, man. And we're learning a lot about you, man. Obviously we relate a lot on stuff outside of music, but music's a big thing that people relate to. So I want to find out a little bit more about
Definitely.
your music in a few minutes. But first, I want to find out about your musical influences. So let's go over a list and make a list. Who are your top three favorite artists of all time?
Of all time?
All time. I know it's
Bro,
a tough one.
bro, that's tough, man. Oh man. Oh, top three influence of all time, bro. Man. Okay. Mm. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm gonna say these because like technically they were before my time, but when I came around, I did my homework. I listened to these artists heavy. Um, but gotta say Prince,
Ooh,
one of the
okay.
top musicians in
Okay.
my opinion. You know, Michael Jackson, of course, and I say Michael because I mean that's Michael. You know, like nothing else. And then third, man, third one. Um. You know what? For number three, I'm gonna say Stevie Wonder
Ooh, okay.
because of his musicianship and everything. And I could do a four and five, but I'll leave it at Stevie. And plus, like my own family played all three of these artists I just mentioned when I
Yeah.
was coming up anyway. So yeah, I would say those three, man. Prince because he was he played almost every musician known to man.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson because he was a top performer, and Stevie because yeah, like he knew how to serenade in his songs and stuff. So I'm not really a singer, but yeah, man. So like yeah, like I look at it just from a different standpoint and stuff too. But yeah,
Great, great. Three. We went with some legends, some classics. You can never go wrong with that. And you can never go wrong if you're watching out there. We're checking
Mm,
out some new music. If you haven't checked out my boy Jimmy Season's music, man. So let's talk about your music. If someone has not heard your music yet and you want them to check out one of your songs or your videos, what's the first song you would want them video you want them to check out right now? What's the name of it? Where can they find it? And what do they need to know?
I had like five songs pop in my head as soon as you said that. Uh, man. Okay, you know what? I would say I have a song called Rotary, and that was the intro to one of my previous projects by the name of Jimmy Season 4. I released that about like 3.5 years ago, and that's probably the song I would have someone listen to first to get like a good idea about me, because that the song Rotary it really captured a moment in life and it still resonates with me to this day. It's one of my top songs that I've ever written so far. Um,
Oh, really?
and I can give you can I give you a video? Can I
Yeah,
give you a
yeah.
video? All right, and the video, man. I would say my there's a different song. It's called Academy. The song Academy was off of another previous project by the name of Jimmy Season 3. I did that one back in 2019, and that still resonates with me. It's very up tempo. Bars are crazy, and the whole music video was inside of a school, so it's cool. It's crazy.
And these songs you can still play today. They're timeless, man. I was going through some of his catalog. I was checking out his new EP, the Circuit EP too, that just dropped, last year. And I know you got
Yeah,
some new music coming up, man. So, check out all those songs. I'm gonna put his name down below and let's talk about what's on the way. What is next for Jimmy Season?
man. So I'd say what's next. I am working on a new project right now. I've been working on that. I do have a title for it. And the name of the title, drumroll. The name of the title is The Big Kid. And
The Big
pretty
Kid?
much, yeah, The Big Kid. That's the name of it. That's the name of it. And pretty much to kind of summarize, it's basically, I mean, talking about real life events, losing family members, losing friends, losing relationships, still trying to grow, still trying to get better with the craft, but still trying to be level headed and also learning from certain situations that happen. And of course, I've been on the road off and on these last few years on top of that. So just talking about, road stories and studio stories and things in that nature and stuff, but also like showing how my perspective has shifted over the last 4 or 5 years and stuff. And so I felt like calling it the big kid was kind of befitting and stuff. And again, I'm still kind of in that rebranding process as well. So like this is probably gonna be my big first big project under my Jimmy Season name now. And so yeah, I'm just kind of going taking that direction with it.
Well, congratulations on your series, your EP, and did you give us a release date on this, man, on the Big Kid?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I currently don't have a release date for it. But I will say, if everything goes how I want it to go and everything, because summer's down the street and I get all that. Like I would love to drop it this year, and that's what I'm kind of aiming for. But at the moment, I don't have a release date. Um, but it's definitely gonna be spicy though. It's gonna be really spicy and
Well,
everything. So
I know you've been working, man. You've been stacking up your songs, making this your best project yet. So
yes,
congratulations on
sir.
that. The Pig Kid's on the way. The Circuit EP out, man. Rotary and a whole bunch of more songs are out. You guys get to check it out, man. Now, Jimmy season, we've gone over a lot in a short period of time, and we only got about 1 minute left. So I want to make sure I
Yes.
didn't miss anything. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you wanted to talk about? Is there any shout outs you want to give? Anything you want to say to people before we go?
Oh man, shout outs. Oh man, shout out to mom, dad, sister, brother-in-law, niece, nephew, aunties, uncles, cousins, second cousins, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Day ones, they know who they are. I'm only one call away, so they already know. Oh, and shout
Okay.
out to the fans too. My bad. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody listening to my music and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Appreciate y'all.
He's got a big family and he's got a growing fan base, man. And, check out the music. Like I said, the EP, Big Kids on the way. And I want to thank you so much for coming through to the show, Jimmy Season. Very nice to have you, bro.
Man, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you having me, man.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate everyone watching out there too. Thank you, everyone out there, for tuning in, guys. And I got one favor to ask y'all: press like, drop a comment, share this on your story, and go give them a follow. You already know what it is. I'm Chris H508. This is on the spot. We're gonna see y'all the next episode. Let's go.